Welcome everybody, welcome back everybody. My name is Carly Stong and I am using these 4 classes together to introduce to us the practice of meditation. This is the second in our 4-part series, so if you haven't watched the first video, you're welcome to go back to get some of the foundations of getting started, or you're more than welcome to join us today. So in last class, we spoke about finding a comfortable place to sit. We talked about the 3 foundational elements of our meditation practice, and we practiced with our point of concentration being the breath. Today we're going to practice for a little bit longer and see how that feels in our bodies. We're also going to introduce some of the distractions that you might come across in your meditation practice, and we'll practice with a new point of focus. So when we're practicing our meditation, really how we do one thing is how we do everything. So different people have different reactions or distractions that might come up as they sit and come to silence. Some people feel a sense of craving, that all of a sudden they're just dying of thirst or starving, and they can't think of possibly sitting with their meditation practice for another moment before satisfying that craving. Some people, the craving is for a sense of routine. Maybe they're used to waking up first thing in the morning and starting their day off with turning on the news, and so it's almost like a scratch in your ear that you just can't reach, that something feels like it needs to fill the space that now your meditation practice is filling. For some people, the distraction is a little bit less obvious. It's like a craving for something that you don't even know, or as I referred to it in the last class, it's like pacing tiger syndrome, where there's this sense of agitation that there's something you need to do, you don't know what it is, but you don't want to be here, like jumping out of your own skin. Some people come to silence and they feel overwhelmed with an emotion, maybe sadness, maybe they get the giggles, maybe a sense of overwhelm. All of these distractions are part of the practice. There's no light switch that turns on when you come to sit in your meditation practice that eliminates being human from your experience. So trust, as all of these distractions come up, that the process to deal with them is always the same. That you notice it for what it is, which is a distraction, and that you choose to continue to sit. The only way for these distractions to become quieter and less regular over time is to continue to sit. For today's practice, it's a really short amount of time. We're committing to sit for just 3 minutes in silence. So if a craving comes up, or if something comes up to distract you, it might help to just tell yourself that it's only for 3 minutes, that you can satisfy that craving if it's still there after your practice is done. Sometimes it helps for me to find some sort of like a physical manifestation of my desire to stay. Maybe I'll roll my shoulders back and down or shift in my seat, and it's almost like my physicality is saying, I see this distraction and I choose to stay. No matter what the distraction is that comes up for you, the only way through is to continue to stay with our meditation practice. So our last practice together, I introduced the technique of using the breath as your point of focus, because if you recall, the practice of meditation is the practice of mindfulness with concentration. For today's practice, we're going to use a mantra or a repetition of words along with the breath as the single pointed focus. So for a moment, I'd like you to consider or think about something that you'd like to manifest more of in your life. Maybe it's a feeling or an emotion One single word that represents something that you're trying to manifest in your life. Ease, freedom, rest, security, love, anything at all that resonates with you, just the first thing that comes to mind. And then as well, I'd like you to think of a single word that represents all of the obstacles to that goal. Fear, stress, discomfort. Think of all of the things that are in opposition to that goal. So that as you breathe in your mind's eye, you could repeat what you want to take in to your experience. And as you breathe out, you're going to send away a word that represents all of the obstacles to that goal. So just 2 words, one to represent something you're manifesting, and a second one to represent the obstacles to that goal. If nothing comes up for you today, then maybe consider that your word might be silence. And then when you're ready, we'll find a comfortable place to be. Remember that if you're lying down, you may be tempted to fall towards sleep, so maybe coming up to sit. For me, one of my biggest obstacles is always this sense of lethargy, and that I close my eyes, I just want to fall asleep. And so sometimes I try to be a little uncomfortable or less supported so that I really have to stay present in my physical body and therefore in my mind. Once you've found yourself as physically comfortable as possible, bring all of your senses towards this focus. You're welcome to close through the eyes if you'd like. Focusing or noticing the breath as it comes in and as it moves out. And then layering on this additional point of focus that is your words that you're cultivating as you breathe in, taking in one word that represents something you're trying to cultivate, and as you breathe out, an obstacle to that goal. So as an example, breathing in, thinking love. And as you breathe out, sending out fear. Breathing in ease. Breathing out discomfort. I'm going to leave you for the next 3 minutes to practice this along with me in silence. Trust that I'll bring you back with the sound of my voice after the 3 minutes is up. And so all you need to do for the next 3 minutes is focus all of your attention and maintain that focus on this repetition of words as you breathe in and then as you breathe out. As distraction comes up for you, choose to stay, to set that distraction aside for these few minutes and stay with your meditation practice until you hear my voice again. With your next exhalation, letting that practice go with gratitude and inhaling to find yourself present in this moment. Maybe blink open your eyes, start to take in the sounds of the space that you're in. Move your body however it's craving. And set this practice aside for today, knowing that you've done the work, taking this time to find some quiet and stillness and silence. I'll invite you to join me back here tomorrow, where we'll talk a little bit about the benefits of making this practice part of your routine. We'll try with a new meditation technique, and we'll work our way up to 4 minutes in silence. Thank you for taking this time for yourself, and I'll see you soon.